Saturday, January 25th, 2020, Maneco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. Tonight I'm going out for dinner at the golf club. It's Burns night. So Burns Supper is a celebration of the life and poetry of the poet Robert Burns, the author of many Scots poems. So we have a Burns night every year at the golf club. I know it's Chinese New Year as well today. I want to talk about the origin of the sterling dollar exchange rate, or cable. I've had many people ask, why is the pound worth more than the dollar? Because 1 pound buys $1.30, right? And I always used to wonder as well when I was younger where the exchange rates came from, if it depended on how wealthy the country was or the GDP. And what I'm going to talk about today, you will probably never be taught about this at school or university. And it will show you how important gold is to the monetary system, the origins of the exchange rate, the present day value of 130. So before I start, why is sterling dollar usually called a cable? Well, according to forexillustrated.com, it says here, GBP USD currency pair is called the cable since there was a cable under the Atlantic Ocean linking UK with USA, which was used to synchronize British pound with US dollar by a telegraph. The cable was laid in 1858 and made it possible to transmit currency prices from London's to New York's trading desks. So that's why it's called cable. A little bit of a tidbit, a little bit of history there. So before I go into the little presentation that I did, I'm going to show you a chart of sterling versus dollar. So this is the exchange rate since 1792. And you can see there during the 19th century, that exchange rate was just under 5. It was stable. There was a gold standard. Afterwards, of course, 20th century, we had wars, we had Great Depression, devaluations, and then it was fixed for a while there. During the war, just around 4, and then during the Bretton Woods, they fixed it as well, then they devalued, and then since 1971, of course, it's been a floating exchange rate. So that rate in the 19th century there is very important to what I'm going to talk about today, just below 5. So what was that rate? Well, I found it here on Wikipedia. Let's see what that rate was. According to Wikipedia here, during the gold standard, it says the pound sterling was equal to 487 United States dollars and 487 Canadian dollars. So the Canadian dollar was like the US dollar, same rate. So now the presentation, and I think it will just show you why gold is so important, why gold's still part of the system, even though we're told that it isn't. But by going through the origin of the exchange rate between the pound sterling and the dollar, you'll realize why gold is so important, and it will remain important for the next 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 years, in my opinion. It has been the most stable, the ultimate store of value, the best store of value. It's not perfect, but it's been very stable and a very good store of value. That's why people, policymakers in the 19th century, they're very, very reticent to devalue their currency, because that meant cheating people. That meant they're changing the measure of value. That is the best measure of value, gold, of course. So let's go through the presentation here. I took 2 of my coins. One of them is the 1904 $20 gold piece, or the double eagle here. And the other one is a 1903 gold sovereign. I couldn't find a 1904 gold sovereign, so here's the 1903 gold sovereign. Their face value back in 1903 and 1904, of course, that was $20. That was a pound, and actually still is a pound, the gold sovereign, legally. So let's go through it. So I've done the math here, so let's go through the calculations. I've also put some pictures of the coins on a scale, measuring their weights in grams, so you can see that it's real. So 1904 $20 gold double eagle coin equals 33.37 grams. That's not grams of gold. That's how much the coin weighs. The coin, of course, is 90% gold. Gold coins that circulated, that were currency, needed to be alloyed with other metals to make it harder. If you had pure gold, this coin would really not survive too long. Gold is very soft and malleable, so they had to mix it with copper usually and other metals. So the purity of the dollar, the standard for the dollar, is 90%. So you multiply it by 0.9 and you get 30.033 grams. So the troy ounce of gold is 31.035 grams. A lot of people think that the ounce of gold is 28 grams, but the troy ounce is different. The imperial ounce is 28 grams, but the troy ounce is 31.1035. So you have to take 30.033, divide it into 31.035, and you get the value of the $20 gold coin, which is 0.96558 of 1 troy ounce of gold. This might be different from other calculations. Some people get 9675, but maybe the coins that I've used are a bit worn out, so the weight is not exact, and my scale is probably not as exact as well. So now let's go to the 1903 gold sovereign, which is a pound coin, right? The weight, as you can see on the scale, 7.97 grams. So the purity of the coin is different. It's 22 karat, the sterling 1 pound gold sovereign. So it's 0.9166. So I have to multiply 7.97 grams by 0.9166, and I get 7.3053 grams. That's how much gold, actual gold, there is in that coin. So now I'm going to take the 7.3053 grams, do the same thing I did with the $20 piece, divided by the troy ounce in grams, 31.1035, and I get 0.23487 of 1 troy ounce of gold. So now I want to see how much $1 actually is in troy ounces of gold, so I can compare it to the pound, 1 pound. So I take 0.96558, which is $20, divided by 20, and I get 0.048279 of 1 troy ounce of gold. So that's what the dollar is. We know the pound is 0.23487 of 1 troy ounce of gold. So all we need to do now to find out the exchange rate, how much a pound is worth in dollars in terms of these coins, we take 0.23487 divided into 0.048279, and we get 4.86484, which is almost exactly 487. So that's where the exchange rate derives from. If gold wasn't important to the system, they would have scrapped this and invented another rate, but they can't, of course, because the present exchange rate of 130 is still derived from that rate. And it just goes to show how the fiat pound has really devalued quite a lot against the fiat dollar. Of course, nothing's changed for gold. You can still, with one of these, one pound, you can still buy for $87 almost of gold in terms of the 20 gold dollar. So gold hasn't changed. It's the fiat credit money that's changed. So hopefully that will show you why the exchange rate is where it is. It shows you how important gold still is to the system, and how all the exchange rates in the world actually derive from measures, exchange rates or ratios between gold and silver coins as well. Maybe one day I will do a video similar to this, but using silver coins. Hope you enjoyed this. This is not something that they will ever teach you at school or university in an economics class. They just tell you that the sterling dollar exchange rate is 130. They don't really tell you the origins of it. They might say that it was 487 during Victorian times in the 19th century, but they won't tell you why, like I've just done. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button. Please share it far and wide. We want people to know about this, how the system is really screwed up, our monetary system, and how important precious metals are. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please think about subscribing. You can also follow me on Twitter, BitChute, Steemit, and DTube. I wish you all a great rest of the weekend. Take care. Bye.